Hello, Libras, and welcome to this, your November 1st through November 15th reading and predictions. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Yes, you heard me correctly. Happy New Year, happy Samhain, happy Halloween, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you look at it. Right now is the most amazing time of the year, especially for those of you who are looking to develop your mediumship skills, or for those of you wishing to contact a medium for the purposes of reaching out and getting a hold of and having a little chat with someone who has already crossed over. This is the time of the year when the veil between those who have crossed over and ourselves thins, and it's the easiest time of the year to be able to reach out and make those connections. So enjoy this time of the year. This is also the time of the year when people who identify as Wiccans or pagans, witches, all agree that November the 1st is our new year. So welcome. That means that some of the readings, I've already recorded quite a number of the zodiac signs. Some of the readings have been pretty exciting. There's some pretty big new beginnings coming up for many. Okay, for those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my little channel. I am coming to you this month from just outside of Waco, Texas. I will be here until probably around the middle of November. So for any of you guys out there who happen to be in and around the Texas area, kind of on that I-35 corridor, I would be more than willing, if you guys want to have an in-person consultation with me, I'd be more than willing to travel as far north as Dallas, as far south as San Antonio, with the one caveat that I would need at least 4 people from that area before I jump in my vehicle and drive down there. But yes, the opportunity exists for psychic parties in Texas, for private in-person readings with me at this time for the next couple of weeks. My contact details will be down below. Okay, Libra, let's get started. Nope, we're going over here instead. All right. Now, if you see my camera shaking and wobbling, it is because I am in my RV and for some reason we're not set up quite level, and so things are wiggling and wobbling around. It's making recording this month's videos a little bit more exciting. Yep, there goes the camera wobbling around. It is what it is. For those of you who are new here, I do not edit my videos. I expect authenticity from psychics and mediums that I personally consult. And so therefore, when I am doing this type of work, I too put authenticity out there, which means what you see is what you get. All right, the first card that came out was the Knight of Wands. And then we have 2 other cards that have come out here for you, Libra. The Knight of Wands is a card that indicates that we may be facing a few challenges at this time. And these are the cards for what you are experiencing right now here at this time. But the Knight of Wands reminds us as well of how powerful we really are, and that we have more courage within ourselves than we give ourselves credit for. And so this card is indicating that you're being reminded of your own internal power at this time, Libra. And the next card that you have is the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is about needing to make a decision with regards to either money or career. Twos are always about decisions and trying to create that balance. So it stands to reason that we have the Knight of Wands here right next to the Two of Pentacles, because when it comes to money or career, having to make decisions causes us to go into a place of fear. Part of the reason is that money and career are our anchors right? Okay, I'm being told to go into this, and it's kind of a big one, but here we go. For those of you who are familiar with the chakra system, and the chakra system starts with our root chakra down near our tailbone, and then we progress all the way up to our crown chakra. And the root chakra is the first chakra to develop when we're born, and it is the chakra that requires, before we can move into the sacral chakra, the root chakra wants to feel safe. It wants to feel secure. It wants to feel like everything is going to be okay and that we are taken care of and cared for. And when we need to make decisions, once we get into adulthood, so one of the things with chakras, sorry if this is going all over the place. One of the things with chakras is that the root chakra is the first one to develop. And then as we move into childhood, we move into the sacral chakra, and then we move into our solar plexus, into our heart, throat, and so on. And once we achieve some opening of our crown chakra, we oftentimes, the universe will give us lessons that throw us back into root chakra issues. But root chakra issues not based on being a baby, but root chakras issues based on being a young adult. Being, are we safe? Are we secure? Do we have a roof over our head and food in our bellies, and so on and so forth? Well, as an adult, Libra, how do we keep a roof over our heads, help us feel safe and secure, and help us feel comfortable keeping food in our bellies? Money and career. So what these cards are telling me right now, Libra, is that some of what you are experiencing at this time are root chakra issues. Issues of, am I safe? Am I secure? Is everything going to be okay? I know that was a long way of getting there, but I felt that it was necessary to, when spirit or the universe speaks, I listen, and this is how I was told to get the message out to you, that this Two of Pentacles is indicating that you have a decision to make regarding your work or career, and you're being shown that you have more courage in this department than you thought you did. But you're feeling, you have the Eight of Swords here, you are feeling like you're tied up and you're blindfolded. You're feeling as if, eek, I can't make this decision. And this is where you're at, end of October, moving into the bulk of this reading, which I'm going to get into. But these are the cards of where you're at now. This shines a light on what you're bringing forward into this reading. So you clearly have a decision to make, Libra. Let's move into some cards of what you are focusing on as you move into November, into the new year. Where is Libra putting their attention? What are they focusing on? Okay. All right. So the first card that we have here is the Page of Rainbows, also known as the Page of Pentacles. And you also have the Master card. Now, in the traditional tarot, there are 78 cards. In the Osho Zen tarot, there are 79 cards. This is an extra card. This is a card that when Osho developed the deck, he felt that there was one card missing from the tarot, and that was the card indicating that you had reached a place of mastery of whatever issue you were dealing with. So, Libra, you're clearly dealing with an issue where you need to make a decision about money or career. That goes without saying. You have more courage than you think you do, and yet you are downplaying that, and you are reverting back into a place of, I'm not good enough. How am I going to make this decision? I don't feel supported right now. I am in root chakra issues. I need support. I need love. I need help. How do we get out of this? Well, one of the ways is slow and steady wins the race. This slowing down card, right? If you are rushing around from here, there, and everywhere, it's going to take you away from feeling secure and safe. Slow and steady wins the race. We know that when the tortoise and the hare raced in the fairy tales, who won? It was the tortoise. Okay. And this card is reminding you, just as the Knight of Wands did, that you have what it takes, Libra. But unfortunately, you've got yourself tied up in knots and caught up in this, I'm not good enough, and oh my goodness, how am I going to get through this? This card represents feeling trapped. Are we ever actually trapped? No. But oftentimes we're put in positions where we need to make a decision that we don't want to have to make. There's a difference between actually being trapped or being put in a position of having to make a decision that we really didn't want to have to make that decision. But here's the thing, when the Master card comes up, it's because you're being put in a position of having to make a decision because the universe feels you've already mastered the skills necessary in order to be able to make the decision, Libra. I feel and I sense that there's been procrastination on your part with regards to a decision that you need to make. And that procrastination is bringing up feelings of insecurity. And yet, once you actually make the decision and you begin to move forward in the direction, whatever way you decide to make that decision, it's going to feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulders, Libra. And it's actually going to feel good. But it's up to you to make that decision and get on with things. Let's see if there's any difficult influences, anything challenging you. Oh, and that one's, oh, let me just grab that one before it actually lands on the floor. All right. Landed in my lap, but it was teetering on the edge of going on the floor. All right. Is there anything else challenging the Libras at this time? We've got 2 cards out. Got another card kind of teetering on the edge here. Not sure if it's actually going to come out or not. Let's finish the rest of the deck. Well, no, it's not actually going to come out. Okay. Let's have a look. You have the 8 of Pentacles and the King of Swords in your challenges, Libra. It's the 8 of Autumn for this particular deck, but it corresponds to the 8 of Pentacles. This is a card of make sure that you've done all of your research and you have all of the knowledge that you need before you make a decision. Here's the thing. There's already an indication here that you're in the throes of needing to make a decision at this time, Libra, and you're bumping up against that. Why are you bumping up against that? Well, because you are doubting that you actually have all of the knowledge and wherewithal that you need in order to be able to make the decision. You doubt that. That's what you're bumping into. The other thing that you're bumping into is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is the king that likes to give advice. But when this particular king gives advice, he gives it from a very mental place, not an emotional place in any way, shape, or form. And so sometimes his advice can come off as being cruel or harsh or unemotional. But most of the time, the advice that he's giving you is advice that you really need. But here's the thing. Are you listening? So Libra, with regards to this decision that you need to make regarding money and career, the cards as of right now, without pulling any more cards, but I am going to pull some more cards. The cards right now are indicating you have the skills and knowledge already to be able to make the decision, but you're doubting that you have that. There is someone coming in who's more than willing to give you some advice, but are you listening? Because what I'm picking up is the advice that you're going to receive is going to come in a way that you don't appreciate, you don't like the delivery of it, which is causing you to discount that advice. Now, part of the reason that we watch psychics and tarot card readers is so that we are given the heads up, so that we know what's coming at us. So a heads up, Libra, someone is going to give you some advice at some point during the first half of November, and you're going to go, I don't want to listen to that. Why are you going to do that? Not because it's bad advice, but because you don't like the delivery. But it's good advice. So yeah, take that with however many grains of salt you want. Next cards up for you are messages that the universe wants you to hear at this time. Now, sometimes these cards seem like they're way out there and are not related to the reading at all. And other times the messages that you need to hear come out and they just tie the rest of the reading all in together. All right. Patience is a virtue. So like I said, sometimes the messages you need to hear directly correspond to the message that you've already heard. You have the slowing down card here. Patience is a virtue. These two cards have very, very similar meanings, Libra. So what do you need to do November 1st through November 15th? Slow and steady wins the race. Patience is a virtue. Everyone has value. Oh, do we have another card that's indicating everyone has value? Yes, because we already went into this with this King of Swords and this message that the cards are giving that you are likely to receive advice or suggestions from somebody that you may be tempted to dismiss because it's delivered in a way that you're going, I don't respect that person. Everyone has value. And like attracts like. This is the card that reminds us that, I'm going to go back to this King of Winter again, this King of Swords. And like attracts like. If we don't like the message that we're receiving, maybe it's not the message, maybe it's the delivery of the message, Libra. We also need to look in the mirror at the way we deliver messages to others. If we're doling out advice to others as well, and people are just not paying attention to the advice that you're doling out, Libra, it may be in your delivery. And so this person that is coming into your life, represented by this King of Winter, and is giving you advice that you're going, I don't know if I want to take that advice. I don't respect that person because of the way they delivered it. Then take a look as well in the mirror. Like attracts like. And it may be that that is part of the lesson for you this month. What's coming up in your unexpected? What's coming up in unexpected for Libra? Okay. Ace of Swords, new beginnings. But new beginnings, and the ability to triumph over difficulties. But again, there's very little emotion involved when the Ace of Swords comes up. Anything that comes up in the suit of swords. So you've got the Eight of Swords here, or so yeah, Eight of Swords there. Sorry, King of Swords here. And now you have the Ace of Swords. The swords represent, so each of the suits in the tarot represents different aspects and elements. Cups, of course, is about our emotions. The swords is about our mental stuff. When things are developed by the mind and our thoughts without consulting the heart. The Ace of Swords here is about new beginnings. It is about air. I do want to point out here we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I don't know if that's really coming into focus very well, but Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this is one of your cards, Libra. But this is about unexpected new beginnings coming your way. But the new beginnings are going to come your way in a way that is unemotional. Like it's just going to be presented. And you're going to kind of look at it and go, is that actually meant for me? There's going to be a little bit of ambiguity there. Also unexpected, you have the Empress. Now, exciting that the Empress is coming out right next to an ace. Why is this exciting? Okay, so the Empress is part of the major arcana. The Empress in almost all of the tarots and different versions of tarot is represented by a pregnant goddess. Why? Because she's birthing something new, a brand new idea. I just got goosebumps. Goosebumps. Okay. Libra, this is super exciting because the beginning of your reading indicated that you have a decision to make with regards to money and career, right here with this Two of Pentacles. You got yourself tied up in knots about whether you have the ability to move forward in this decision. You're questioning whether you're actually a master, and the cards are showing you you're actually a master here. You may be tempted to ignore some advice based on the delivery. And with this Eight of Autumn here, the Eight of Pentacles here, is showing you yet again that you have a lot of the knowledge you need. You may want to do a little bit more research and maybe take some seminars, but really you have what it takes to move into this. And in your unexpected, you now have two cards indicating a new beginning and a new start for you. This is exciting. The other thing that the Empress also reminds us to do is make sure that we are paying attention to our emotions. So as much as there's a lot in here that is coming from the mental realm, you now have the Empress coming in by the middle of November, injecting some emotions so that you have the opportunity, Libra, to get excited about this new beginning. I do feel like this is indicating that this decision that you need to make with this Two of Pentacles indicates in order for you to be able to move into this new and exciting beginning, you will have to walk away from something. But you need to feel safe and secure before you walk away. That's really the key here. You need to feel safe, secure. You need to feel like you are being supported, like you are being supported by the universe and by yourself. And the cards are indicating you have it. You have the Master here. You've got the King of Swords coming in to support you as well. You've got the Knight of Wands showing you that you have the courage and have what it takes to step out into a new beginning. You have a whole bunch of reinforcements here. The question is, are you listening, Libra? Where are we going? Getting called in all sorts of directions for your next cards. Yeah. Okay. Let's go through this one more time. So in your final general overall outcome, we have one card. It's the Hanged Man. Another card from the Major Arcana. In the past, before people began to really understand and dig deep into tarot, they used to see the Hangman and they'd freak out. We don't hang people anymore. The Hanged Man is about being able to see things from a different perspective. And that's essentially what I'm saying about this decision that you need to make, is that the saying that's coming up for me to share with you right now, Libra, is don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay. So just because you don't like the delivery of the advice that you're receiving this month doesn't mean that you should dismiss it. Just because you're feeling like you don't have all of the knowledge and you're tied up in knots doesn't mean that you don't have it and that you can't go out and take some more courses or seminars in order to be able to improve or update or upgrade your skills in order to move into this new opportunity that is being presented to you. You need to see things from a different perspective. One of the things that's coming up is that the source of advice that we receive can affect us based on our past and our upbringing. So take someone who's homeless on the street who may dole out some advice to you. Because that person is living on the street and you have a decision to make about money and career. Are you going to take that advice seriously based solely upon the appearance of the person? Or are you going to dig deeper because maybe that person knows what they're talking about? That's what this card is about, Libra, is seeing things from a different perspective, paying attention to who's giving you the advice and going back into our judgments. Either way, Libra, you have a decision to make, probably between the 1st and the 15th of November. And you're going to bump into a few hurdles about making this advice. And some of those hurdles are going to be you bumping into yourself, you being that mirror, you bumping into your own judgments, You have everything it takes in order to move into this, but you have to get over yourself. All right. And on that happy note, I'm going to leave off Libra. Thank you so much for joining me. If this video resonated for you, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel so that you'll receive notifications about upcoming videos. And yet again, all of my contact details are down below if you are interested in booking a private consultation. And I hope you will allow me the honor of doing your next reading come the middle of November.